This is a Silk exclusive.
Welcome to another episode of Word Meets Dance. I'm your host, as always, Paul the Bull. You know what it is, the 2021 Vision on all social medias. You know, shout out to everybody listening on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, all that good stuff. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. You know, you appreciate it. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button. You know, come back and watch some more. Got a bunch of stuff on the YouTube page. And if you've been here before, got a familiar face that you may recognize. Got the homie Big John.
How y'all doing?
What's good, player?
Chilling, man. Can't complain. You gotta work.
Right, yeah. I'm saying. You know, but just wanted to hit up with you, you know, a couple of things that I wanted to get your point of view on, you know, recent news and stuff. So, you know how we do. You've been here before. You know what it is. First off, I wanted to talk to you about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Hey.
I don't know if you can say that. You know, it's dangerous thing to say. But we don't. I mean, all we know is he changed his deal from, you know, he was pleading not guilty. As of lately, he's pleading guilty. We don't know what the terms of it is because the trial is still for later this year. But he's changed up his story. Everybody's calling him a snitch. That seems like the likely situation, you know, that we got going on. What do you think about it, though?
I mean, so first, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna make any judgments till I see, you know, the paperwork. When I'm going with A Boogie on this one. I don't know if you've seen A Boogie. He was like, "Yo, I'm not saying nothing about nobody until I see paperwork. I don't know what's up."
Right.
My whole thing is, I mean, him pleading guilty, bro. Even if he plead guilty, like, the only way I could see it would make sense from snitching if they dropped his bid down to like 5-10 years. With everything he pled guilty to, bro, he's still looking at 40-50 years.
Right.
So, like, it wouldn't make sense. Like, it wouldn't make sense overall.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, we don't know what he got offered. We don't know what's going on. Plus, the emotional part of it, all the side stories we're hearing about, you know, baby mom's this, you know, his man's that, tried to kill him, tried to set him up. My thing is, like, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on like an earlier episode of Word New That we had talked about snitching in general and my outlook on things. So, like, to me, like, you my mans, I fuck with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? We chill, we get money together. So that would be snitching, right?
Mm-hmm.
If me and you did some dirt, I'm part of it and I'm snitching.
Right.
At the same time, though, if a collective of people are chilling and it's like I have nothing to do with them at all, or like I'm not partaking in the stuff that they're doing that's wrong, and then they all play me and like some shit goes down, those are all my people. I have no loyalty to them. Those are not my people. Like, there's a big difference. So it's like, if I didn't do nothing, like, now, like, if you're part of it, now you're part of it. You take the ride or you don't take the ride. But if you're not part of it, like, if you out there and you fucking shooting niggas up and gangbanging, and I'm over here just making music in the studio, being a little choir boy, and just, you know, doing the thing, like, I'm not going to take the rap for your bodies. That's not going to happen.
Right.
Now, however, if you my mans, you my brother, then I don't know nothing. I plead the fifth. I ain't talking nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely different. So it really depends. So, like, you know, from the young man aspect, like, you know, this little dude, you figure he's locked up, he going crazy, right? Obviously, he's getting driven crazy out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's getting tested. And then to hear all this bullshit behind his back, and he's like, yo, like, damn, this dude tried to fuck my baby mom. This dude tried to kill me. This dude tried to rob me. Dudes that I thought I was cool with. I thought that because, bro, he snitched on them. They tried to fuck his baby mom and kill him. Like, like, whose loyalty is really more questioned? Like, come on. So it really depends on how it is. However, though, at the same time, though, if Tekashi, because again, we weren't there, if Tekashi had any part to do with any of the shootings or the drug dealing and all that stuff, then he got to take that ride, bro. You try to be a man and be in that kind of thing, you got to take that ride. So it's a mix of things. Without knowing all the facts, it's hard to talk about it.
Right.
I think there's a difference between being a rat, like, because the biggest thing is all the gangsters, all the fucking Italian gangsters down to, you know, hood gangsters, all of the big boys are always no snitch because it gets them in trouble. Then when they get knocked, all the big boys snitch. Top mops snitched. Top dudes from fucking old gang snitch, like fucking Supreme Team nigga switch. Like, you know, it's funny how the same dudes who talk that loyalty shit, they talk that loyalty shit just because they don't want to get in trouble. And they want to make sure you know, we go by this fake fucking code of the street where you don't snitch, so you keep them out of jail.
Right.
But then when shit turns on them, they first to give the connect, first to give the main head dude. Like, so it's just funny that I've always thought that funny.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it like I was raised. The people you ride with, that's people you ride with. You know, my people that I consider family, nah, silent, whatever. I do years with them. If I don't know you, bro, or we had nothing to do with each other, you try to play me out, and I had nothing to do with it, bro. That nigga right there.
Especially in this situation, we don't know how far back he goes with these people. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know if he really, because remember, he was wearing blue before, then he started wearing red. So we don't really know his gang affiliation. We don't really know how connected he was in it. We don't know if they was just really, you know, once he became the star, they kind of used him to as the cover for what was going on, or, you know, we don't really know how the story begins with him. You know what I'm saying? So
I believe it 100%.
Yeah. So that's why, like you said, we don't know how connected he was. We don't even know, was it brotherly, you know, was it really, you know, love between him and a crew, or was it just they had their crew and they was like, listen, we'll give you something to yell or something to rep because you really had no street cred. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it seems like, you know what I'm saying, to you know, we don't really know for sure, but from the outside looking in, that's how it looks. It looks like it was a you know, I scratch your back, you scratch, you know, you scratch ours kind of situation. You know what I'm saying?
They needed each other. Obviously, they get put on. They saw the money. They saw a cash cow, which was 6ix9ine. But at the same time, he needed the street cred. He needed that backing. You couldn't talk that kind of shit without the real backing. Believe me, like, I'm not, like, regardless of whether or not 6ix9ine is tough, doesn't matter. Those dudes from Brooklyn are tough. Those are real gangsters. They're real about that life. So he had that backing because it helped him out. You know what I mean? You can't talk all that shit and not have that kind of backing. It's not possible. Same with people who roll with, like, fucking Jay Prince and shit. They talk what they talk because that backup is there. And I mean, it's different. So I mean, but like the snitching shit, the way I see it is, besides obviously paperwork, we'll see when sentence time comes, because if he gets some lenient sentence, if he get 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, nah, he snitched on everybody. He snitched on everybody. If he gets a full sentence, bro, I mean, it's hard to say. What did he get out of the snitching then? Like, usually when you make a deal, it's for a reason. People
was already questioning it when he got moved out of MDC. You know what I'm saying? People was already then like, you know, but it was like some people said it was because he was a high profile inmate. Some people said it was just because of the time frame for when the trial was going to begin. So, but it was like a lot of people, as soon as they moved him from MDC, it was like, Speaking of which, MDC just had some power issues, something going on this last weekend. I would talk about it, but I don't know officially what was going on. Once I get some more research, whatever, we can talk about that later. But
I seen that. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, inmates like banging on the walls and shit because there's no heat, nothing like that.
No heat, and it was during the cold, week we was having. There was no heat, there was no power. There was like, so that was crazy in itself. You know what I mean? But when he got moved about a month or two ago, people was already like, what's going on here? What does that mean? So
you know how it is though. Like, not to defend 6ix9ine on this one, just because he's from Brooklyn, but not like. I know so many people who like talk and like, oh well, they assume this, they assume that, who don't know about the system, never been in the system. They just know what they heard, they talk. Like, I wait till it's a credible source. Like, all right, well, this is what happened. And like I said, in this case, the minute he gets sentenced, like, nah, he told on everybody. Like, he shot his grandma. Like, he told on everybody. That's depending on what his sentence get.
Right. But like we were saying, like, if he gets something short, he's going into hiding. His career is over either way. You know what I'm saying? If he gets out, he's going to witness protection. We're never going to see or hear from him again. So,
well, I mean, possibly, because at the same time, it looks like they got like all the main dudes from that thing, and anyone who knows anything, like, how to say, like, people talk about shit they don't know about. Anyone who knows anything about like any kind of gang culture, they're not. It's not like they're all one unison gang. Right. Like, you got this one crew off the street. You good money. Like, he'll be. I mean, he'll still be labeled as a snitch. I mean, but
there's always the dudes that they don't know about.
Yeah, no, of course.
So somebody's always left over. You know what I'm saying? And for him to come, he can't. What can he do? You know what I'm saying? He can't come back and rap. He can't come. He already stopped yelling Trey Whip, but he can't come back and yell anything. He can't say anything. He can't talk. He can't pop the usual, shit that he used to pop. because they're gonna be like, "You're home."
Who knows, bro? And if he got 10 or 15 years, who knows what the coach is like back in that time?
True, but
He might get legendary status for that shit.
It'll look a little, you know, it'll look away. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he could still be who he is because he's not lyrical. It ain't like he was his lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So he can't come out and brag and boast and do what he did because they're gonna be like, "But you a snitch," like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what really can he do? Like, you know.
No, you're right. I mean, it's true. I mean, I guess we'll see how it works out for him. I mean, the only thing that gets me mad is that, like, I seen mad people jumping on, like, IG, whatever, like, snitch. And, like, I feel like a lot of those people in those similar situations would fold for less. Like, you know, because it's mad easy when you're outside looking in.
Right.
You know, depending on the factors, like, I'm trying to think about it, like, yo, you what is he, 19, 21, something like that?
20-something now, 22, 23, something like that.
Like, you figure you in, let's say you in this kid's shoes, you locked up because of them. Like, it's safe to say that he had no part of the gangsterness in that crew. Like,
well, but that's what I think they said he did admit to shooting somebody, or he admitted to doing something. So, and again, it's just his testimony, or he's saying that's how he was initiated, or, you know what I'm saying, we didn't see the transcript of his, you know, his plea. So
it might be M. Night Shyamalan. Plot twist, he snitched on himself.
That's what I heard. That's what was released to the public, like, so far, what was just said, that he admitted to us a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? But he might have also did this is bigger than Nino Brown. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't the kingpin. I was just a part of it. But, you know, him over here, he's the one that was running it all. You know what I'm saying? So he might have did that too. He might have said, "Yeah, I did do this, but it was because he told me to, or because he said so, and I did it for him." And, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know. He might have just admitted to something small to take that charge.
Nah. Those charges that they had was like it was kind of crazy. Those charges they had.
So that's what I'm saying. He might have pleaded guilty to one thing, but I ain't do the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if I tell on y'all about the other stuff, I'll take this one. You know what I'm saying? So, but another thing that's funny about this is his lawyer. After everything happens, his lawyer goes straight to Instagram and does like an IG live and just be talking. And it's like, dude, like, and this speaks to the era we're in with the clout chasers.
Yeah. Trying to get that fame. I'm trying to see if I can find it because they had a thing on here with the list of the charges. Like,
yeah.
Like, none of them are baby charges. They all real charges.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he took whatever the least one was, but I don't like his lawyer. Like, his lawyer be on IG live, just walking and talking. And it's like, dude, the trial hadn't even started yet, but everything is pending and changing, and his job is to keep his clients from talking. He out here talking.
Yeah.
It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, so I don't know who the lawyer is.
Just like that girl, I forgot her name, but that lawyer who went after 50 Cent, like, she was always making her, like, she was on Instagram, she was on thing making posts. Like, come on, man. You know, she's
on point though. Like, she gets her clients, she builds the image. Oh, this is the victim. You know, she'll get
that one though.
Put her in the suit dress type outfit to, you know, look all professional and all that stuff. Like, you know, she puts the image of the victim. This dude is just talking. Like, he's not even with his. He's just saying too much. Like, why are you even talking? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I don't like about him.
Trying to get that name out there, trying to get that clout.
And that's the problem, because he's not even going. It's not like he's going to TMZ or academics or something like that. You know, which would be wrong as well. He's going straight to Instagram and just like updating the world, and it's like, why? Why are you doing that? You can release a statement. Again, as a lawyer, you know the legal jargon of what to say and how to just say just enough to, you know, not say it. He's on Instagram just like, yeah, like, nah, that's crazy in itself. But
he's snitching.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, everybody watching, you know what I'm saying, you know the rules, comment below, let us know what you think about it. You know, I'm curious to see everybody's, you know,
I mean, I told you before, but I said, like, there's levels to this, like, because this thing is like, people don't understand, like, that, like, snitching from the way we grew up, the way we were understood, like, so because me and you come from the same kind of era, come from the same kind of streets, right? And it's like the way you grew up, it was more like, all right, well, you don't snitch because you don't snitch on anything, like anything in the world. Like, so some dude shoots and blows away some dude who you don't know shoots and blows away the fucking next door lady who's a nice person who took care of her kids and did nothing wrong. Oh, you still gotta stay quiet and snitch. Bro, I'm all about community policing, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure I had a similar comment on an old conversation we had on one of the first few podcasts. It was like, yo, like, community policing is what matters the most, bro. Like, and even inside community for themselves, not just with police.
Right.
Like, if we're neighbors and, fucking Miss Tammy downstairs who took care of her in the neighborhood gets killed by some drug dealers, they need to go, bro. They need to go. Like, that whole code, that's different. Now, if you and your mans went and killed Miss Tammy, now you snitch if you go talk to the police. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between taking care of your own and telling you what's right and snitching.
I mean, it's crazy because the rules are different now because the young boys now make their own rules up as they go along. You know what I'm saying? They got the whole thing about, whether you in that life or you're a civilian and there's a thin line between which is which, and they make the rules up as they go along now. You know what I'm saying? Like, these days, everybody snitch. You don't even hear them really say to stop snitching or don't as often as we heard it growing up. Nowadays, these dudes is telling. These dudes is telling.
I'm saying, like, you see the videos and all that shit, and it's just like, it's funny. And everyone has a little comment here and there, but in those same situations, most of them fake gangsters that are doing this rap music and the social media stuff, y'all be doing the same thing. Y'all be singing right away.
And they be telling their own songs, because, not to wish nothing on nobody, but that Bobby Shmurda did the same thing. He got caught for some stuff that he said in the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the crazy thing about it. And there was some other, I forgot the other little young dude, he was on the run from the cops. And then rapping and making songs and uploading videos to YouTube about being on the run from the cops. And it's just like, dude, they can find you from this video. Like, they can find where it was uploaded at. Like, so these dudes is crazy. Like, but it's another thing that the Boondocks predicted.
Ironically, despite the hip-hop community being the driving force behind the Stop Snitching movement, rappers tend to snitch on themselves a lot. In 2000, rapper Gangstalicious reportedly assaulted record executive Johnny Guinness with a tennis racket and a bottle of Hennessy on the set of a music video. Guinness refused to cooperate with authorities, but the next day, Gangstalicious made an appearance on MTV's TRF.
Hold on. Drop the beat. Gangstalicious, my mind's too vicious. EMC's all day, delicious. My whole crew up in this, no doubt we gon' win this. Smack up your moms like I smacked Johnny Guinness. 3 o'clock yesterday, I don't care what they say. Suckers really shouldn't play, I hit him with the Hennessy.
And that's what they doing now. Like, they telling the whole story, giving themselves up. So they snitching on themselves in the music.
Well, this goes back to a conversation me and my boy were having the other day. The thing times have just changed. Like we grew up with the older dudes, so the older dudes raised us. They were like, yo, you don't do this, you do this. You don't do, like, and you either had the older dudes who were like, yo, nah, do this, sell these drugs, and you had the old dudes who try to give you like, nah, I did that life, don't do this. Right. So now these younger kids, all those older dudes are locked up or in jail, or they working because they listen to the older dudes that they taught. So they're not there to like, hey, yo, let me teach this kid how to be a man. So everything's different. Like the whole thing's different. I grew up on the they violate you, you shoot the 5, you shoot the fair one, get it popping on your block, you defend your people. I grew up on that stuff, and now everything's like it's whatever. Literally, like you said, they make it up as they go. There's no rules anymore.
Every day the rules change up. Like, you know what I mean? But another thing I wanted to ask you about was did you see the picture of Bow Wow and his girl?
Yeah.
And they both got arrested and stuff.
That shit got me so tight, bro. Because it's like there's so many people, like, I forgot who, but some rapper made a diss song at Bow Wow. Like, yo, Bow Wow like his ass beat. She looks fine. I think Bow Wow's alright here. Unfortunately, I know domestic violence is a sensitive subject. I understand that it's definitely a higher percentage towards females, and it's unfair. I don't think any man should ever lay their hands on a female in a violent way. But at the same time, our court system in everywhere is favored towards the female, regardless of what happened. We don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But if that picture tells you anything,
Right.
unless, I mean, because he's short, maybe she's tall, maybe he hit her in the thighs. But unless she got beat somewhere else, bro.
Right.
You know, like she put all the work in and he didn't do anything. But obviously he's Bow Wow, so you know.
If I looked at the pictures, because I saw, and when I first, like the first thing I read the headlines, it was Bow Wow got arrested for domestic violence. Bow Wow gets arrested. Then it started to say Bow Wow and his, girl, baby mother, whatever, got arrested. So they finally said, oh, they both got arrested. But I kept seeing his mugshot with the scratches and stuff. So I'm like, man, wonder what she looked like. Then I finally saw the picture of her, and she was, she didn't look scratched up at all or nothing. Then I heard recently that she hit him with the lamp. She hit him with a lamp, and
you know how mad you gotta be to hit someone with a lamp, bro? You gotta be mad. He probably did something wrong.
Rumor has it, and this is alleged, I not confirmed. She was mad that he was going to some Super Bowl parties and stuff that was going on all weekend in Atlanta without her. He was going, not inviting her.
You get beat with a lamp?
So she hit him with the lamp. Lights out. So the way the story is right now is they're saying she hit him with the lamp, or she was trying to beat up on him, whatever, and he may have been just trying to restrain her, stop her, and then somebody called or heard, or she called, and then cops came and said, I'm taking both of y'all in. You know what I'm saying? So
now that's crazy that it got leaked so fast and it's automatic, like, oh, Bow Wow, like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Public opinion, the internet culture we got now, the story is instantly, and I posted the picture and stuff on Instagram and stuff, and the first thing a lot of people was like, yo, it's Bow Wow though. But it's like, we can't just keep saying, oh, because it's Bow Wow, we can laugh and joke about it, whatever. But it's like, if it was the other way around, if we saw all the scratches on her face,
yeah, hell yeah.
We're not on Bow Wow. We'd be like, yo, look at him, he's a woman beater, this, that, and the third, da-da-da. But now, because it's the other way around, we just laugh. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's a messed up situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know all the details in it, but it's like, I don't want to just clown Bow Wow. It's like, if you know what I'm saying, if he didn't hit her and he was just trying to stop her or restrain her, he was actually in the right in the situation. If that's what happened, then you got to give him some credit for being strong enough to not hit her.
Listen, like there's like men who restrain themselves don't get way enough credit. Like,
yeah,
because women are push your buttons, and women who know and they know how to get you and they know how to push your buttons. And some of the women, not all of them, but some of the women, like, they want you to hit them. Either for whatever reason, whether it be because you're rich and they want money, or just because they hate your ass and they want you to jail and you got no money. Like women wild out, and I leave that one alone though.
I mean, because I immediately
think right now. Going back here,
I immediately think back to the Jay-Z and Solange situation, and again, it was jokes, but it. People, I was like, I mean, I ain't gonna say I was one of the first, but it was like, I was like, yo, but it takes a lot for him to just take the hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not even think, because they was in the elevator, so he's not thinking, oh, there's a camera watching. Let me, like, yo, I'm just go ahead, get it all.
If Jay wanted to, Jay could have Ray Rice. He a Tybo ho.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't hit her. He didn't even grab her. You know what I'm saying? He just was like, okay, I just,
But that couldn't, like, from the video, being a man who's like, damn, I fucked up. Like,
right.
So he might have been like, yo, I fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because he could have been on some, this don't even concern you, back up off me, or, push, you know what I'm saying? He still was just like, yo, just go ahead. I'm not going to hit you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that alone just, he don't, like you said, men that don't even push back or got to get some credit for that. Like, that alone.
Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't believe in hitting a woman. I mean,
yeah.
there's no circumstance you ever hit a woman. At the same time, though, I will restrain the shit out of you. Like, yo, you're not gonna be beating on me. Like, it's not gonna be a thing.
And I mean, that's as of now, that's Bow Wow's story. That's what he says going on. You know what I mean? But more on that as it develops as well. But like I said, Super Bowl was this weekend. He was going to the parties without her. She felt the way. Speaking of the Super Bowl, though,
they probably both mad. They're like, yo, damn, we got locked up missing this shit.
and there was a lot of parties. I mean, did you see like the footage like Cardi B was performing and Robert Kraft came out on stage?
I gotta fly, I need a check, shit, I need room for my legs, I got a belly, I need some money, yeah, I need cream for my ass. Oh yeah, bitches in trouble, green brass knuckles so supple, I like that cream with top, yeah, I think go pop, guess we bustin' that up, go crazy.
You trying to get some of that booty. You're not with Quavo no more.
But he backed up, like he backed up on the stage like he was moonwalking, like, oh, did I just touch you? My bad. Whoops.
You about to catch that case.
But he looked like Mr. Magoo, though. He looked like Mr. Magoo. So his eyes, he looked like Mr. Magoo.
But Cardi B was smart. She would get on that. She got pregnant by the wrong dude. Offset ain't worth nothing compared to what Robert Kraft's worth.
For real, Kraft cheese.
I would have quickly like, well, come here, boo.
Kraft services, like he got some. Yeah, he
got cheese.
Yeah, that cheese for real. And Patriots, like that franchise is worth some money alone. Like
I'm more than the Cowboys though.
Well, I mean, listen, but speaking of which, you watched the game?
But yeah, I got out of work like 6:30, and me and my man went to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch the rest of the game. So I caught like the very beginning, like I missed like 4 or 5 minutes of the first quarter, and the commercials from there before.
What were your thoughts on the biggest event of the year every year?
So I'll do two separate. I'll do the sport event and I'll do the halftime show.
Okay.
So and I'll do the commercials. I'll do all three.
Okay.
So for the football game, I honestly I wasn't as mad as everyone else was.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with these two teams, I expected a crazy high-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
It wound up being more of a defensive game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it said a lot about a few things. One, it said a lot about the Rams' offense. I can't pronounce that white boy's name. What is it, Golf? Yeah, it showed that he was not ready for that kind of level of competition.
Right.
He fell through completely. Like, he didn't look like the same quarterback at all.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him, during the playoffs, and like this didn't seem like the same player at all. So he just wasn't ready. But it also showed that that whole God King Kabli, like Brady looked rough. He really looked rough completely. He looked like I thought Brady was gonna pick him fucking apart, and he didn't. And honestly, if it wasn't for that white boy, was it Edelman?
Edelman, yeah.
If it wasn't for him, like that, like who knows? It would have been 3-3. We'd still be watching it right now in overtime. Like it's still be going on. Shout out to the kickers though. Got that soccer game going. So it was a mix of things. Like I expected it to be a high scoring game, but I didn't mind because it was a good defensive game.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, it was like it wasn't terrible. Like it kind of reminded me when you watch a good boxing match, and you're like, all right, well, it was the sweet science. So mad people want the knockout, so they want that high score. But you still got the sweet science of it. It was a good defensive game. I just thought there was a lot of mistakes on the Rams' part that made it tough for themselves. They made it tough for themselves. And then on the Patriots' side, Brady didn't look like Brady. Like there's times where even on the watch the replays, like there's times where Gronk is wide open. There's times where the few of their players, like they could have scored earlier, and like Brady just wasn't paying attention. He just wasn't where it needed to be.
Right.
As far as the Rams go, like the Rams did, like you could honestly say, like they did their best. Like that rushing defense, he had no chance. They every single time they would get into him, like he had to throw that ball away, so it wasn't happening. And then the defense kept calling penalties. They gave that game away. I didn't think it was a bad game though. It was definitely. From a defensive part, it was boring because you want to watch a high-scoring game. Like you do. I understand, especially with the Super Bowl. During the season, you can have like a decent scoring game, and you're like, all right, well, this is a good game. Super Bowl, you want to watch fucking fireworks, so that kind of goes back. Then the halftime show. I mean, besides Adam Levine taking his shirt off, bro, I wasn't really excited. Like there was nothing really happened. Like so, Adam Levine, I expected him to have Cardi B come out when he sung "The Boys Like." He didn't. I just figured she's in the area. I know, but I figured she's in the area. Come on, like you kind of like nudge her, like, come on, Cardi B.
Yeah, he wanted her, but she said she wasn't doing it.
But which I mean, I respect. But I fucked with Maroon 5, so that was cool. But then Travis Scott did like half a song, and honestly, I can't judge. I'm not a huge Travis Scott fan. I think he's highly overrated the way his fans, not regular people, but his cult fans go at him though. I think he's overrated. I don't think he's as good as they make him sound. But also, like if that's any indication of what his live show is, I assume he has so many sets and things in his live show because his live show sucks. So he needs all these fucking special effects going on in the live. Because he was out of breath, off beat. Like bro, you practice this shit. You sing this song all the time. You should know number one song. So
well, to give him some bail, it's the biggest performance he ever did. Like, it was the Super Bowl.
Come on, bro.
He's never performed. Like, I don't think he sells out stadiums. I don't know. I may be wrong, but it's Super Bowl.
I thought Astro World was sold out. No. Oh, well, then in our stadiums though. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, like football stadiums. He's not. He's doing like basketball stadiums.
You can't really tell though. Like the way they light up the thing, you can't see all those fans. Like you was by yourself in the.
But he knows I'm doing the Super Bowl. Like I'm performing at the Super Bowl. Like that's what I'm saying. He knows the moment. It's like, yo, this is Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like
you giving him a little break. All right, you give him a little break.
I'm just saying that's what it was. Because you're right. He only did sicko mode without Drake.
Yeah,
you know
and
he did that one song.
He did part of it. He didn't even do like the full like. He did part of it.
Yeah.
And then like it was just like, and then it was mad hype because it was cool watching like the comet come down, like the meteor, and then land. He's inside the meteor, like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
45 seconds of a song, and he's like, all right, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I didn't understand originally, and I still don't understand why Big Boy was there. I understand it's ATL. I understand that. But
that's the only reason I can think of.
What?
Because he needed somebody from Atlanta.
Yeah, well, then again, yeah, I'm trying to think of anyone ATL who would do it, but no, like, yeah.
Everybody said no. Everybody was standing with Cap. And we can speak on that too. I respect everyone that is boycotting or standing by whatever reason they're standing by. So that's why a lot of people said no. A lot of people wasn't doing it because they wanted Cardi, because the Girls Like Me song is huge. So Maroon 5, once they was announced, they immediately called Cardi and she said no. I stand with Cap. And it was like, all right, cool. They probably went through a list of people. And then they was like, all right, Sicko Mode is the number one song right now. You know what I'm saying? Travis is dating a Kardashian. Get Mama Chris on the phone and see if she say, can your son-in-law come out and play with us? And she like, yes.
I'm mad because I feel like even if they donate the $500,000, whatever the bullshit that he had him do, right, mm-hmm. which is nothing because, like as you know, people pay millions of dollars for one 30-second Super Bowl commercial, so they make bread. That $500,000 is nothing. They're gonna laugh at that $500,000 they give away.
Yeah.
But I'm mad at like Travis Scott for 45 seconds and a terrible performance. Probably got more money than I'll see in the next 10 years.
And that's why it's hard for people to say no to that, because again, at this moment, the protest has no foundation. Because if you ask 10 people that say they're not watching football, you're gonna get 10 different answers. Because some people are gonna say, I'm with Cap. Well, what do you mean by that? Oh, well, I'm boycotting until he gets a job. But then it's like, okay, so as soon as he's back on a team, you cool. But his original stance was police brutality and other things. Oh, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So people done forgot about that from 2-3 years ago. So as of right now, people don't even know why they're boycotting. And if you're going to boycott the NFL for such and such reason, then you shouldn't be watching any sports. Because the same things that go on there go on, and you need to be boycotting a lot of other things and businesses too.
Yeah, bro. Everybody wants to be part of something without actually.
What I'm saying, if a lot of people are just caught up in a hashtaggy thing or a moment or a wave, I'm not. That's why I couldn't really be mad at Travis Scott, because one, to me, I never ask of something that is not in them. So he's never been, I don't look at him like Tupac. He's not a revolutionary. He's not standing for anything. But he makes music. He's a musician. That's what he's here for. So I never asked of him to, hey, but since you're there now, speak up about, injustices. That's not in him. If that's not in him, I don't want, what I'm saying? I don't want someone that with no knowledge to be like, hey, and yeah, it's messed up what they're doing out here to Kaepernick, and I don't know what's going on, but I heard it's messed up. Like, no, I don't want to hear you sounding retarded. Like, if you're going to research the platform that you want to speak on and da-da-da, like a T.I. or somebody, then yeah, he can speak and you can eloquently know what he's talking about. But I don't just ask of Travis Scott because, hey, you're famous now. Speak up for black people. No. You know what I'm saying? I can't expect that. And as like I said, and as far as the boycotting and stuff going, a lot of people feel like, you know what, this is why we don't ever win, because we can't sit together. It's like, but what are we boycotting? I mean, why are we boycotting? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a catch-22 even for Kaepernick, because he's talking about what the league is doing to him and the blackballing of him. But yet, if he wants a job back, then it's like, so you're cool with the league then? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to go back? Do you not want to go back? You know what I mean? So now we're not standing up for a culture or anything like that. We're just standing up for him.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not clear, because somebody tried to compare it to like, oh, you know, see, when Rosa Parks, you know, we boycotted the bus. Like that's specific. We knew exactly why. There was laws that said y'all got to sit back there. Everyone was clear on why we're doing it and what we're doing. And this one is so convoluted and misconstrued, nobody knows why they're boycotting or just not watching the NFL. So until they figure that out, I mean, I don't watch as often as I, used to. Like I said, I got the channel. I'm recording and stuff usually on weekends anyway. So I didn't boycott. I did miss a lot of games this year, and I didn't really watch the red zone. I didn't even do fantasy football the last couple of years. But that was for time reasons. That wasn't just because I would love for Cap. I wanted Kaepernick to get a job 2 years ago. At this point now, it ain't happening. And I think when I spoke to Jarrell on here, shout out to Jarrell, a couple episodes ago, I even spoke to him about it, and he kind of seen what I was saying. Like, the fight, the struggle is now just about Kaepernick, and it's like that's not what his initial stance was for.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, now would you want to get him a job in a league that he's been saying is, bad? So you still want to work there though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
what it is.
Yeah, but so you said you went through the game, you went through the halftime show,
and then the commercials. I mean, the only commercial I enjoyed, I didn't see during the Super Bowl. I sent when my boy sent me a link, then you sent me a link, the 30-second thing. So
the Avengers trailer.
Yeah, the boy sent me the link for the Avengers trailer, and I was like, it was like 30 seconds, whatever. When I seen the time on Instagram, so I was like, oh, I'll wait for the full one. Then you sent me the link, that was probably the full one. I was like, oh shit, that is the full one, 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's just 30 seconds. Yeah, that was all they showed, and it was funny because they showed it like before the kickoff. So it was like, because I was at my boy's crib watching it, and we was just talking because the game about to start. We still, we still pregame. I think we was trying to figure out we ordering wings, what we doing, and then it was just like the screen went black, and you see Marvel. We like, hold on, like you know what I'm saying? And it was 30 seconds, and you see how fast it chops, and then it was like, and then they were like, okay, we're about to do the kickoff. And we're like, wait, that was the trailer? Like that's it? So it was very,
No, but that shit was it still was worth it though. That shit was like virginity status, bro. Like best 30 seconds of your life.
Yeah, it was definitely bang 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 bang. Like you just see a bunch of clips. Like it's like you hear Captain America talking, and it's just like you see this, you see this, you see this. You see characters, and then it's just you like what happened. But were there any other commercials that stood out to you?
Nah, man, it sucks. Cause I used to love, like, I used to wait for the fucking Doritos commercials. Like during the Super Bowl, those were to me they were the funniest commercials.
I don't think it was Doritos this year.
No, they did a Pringles one, but like nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
But I think Doritos like, I got all y'all niggas money already, so I don't have to worry about making commercials no more because y'all gonna buy my chips regardless.
Well, that's what Coca-Cola did, because Coca-Cola released a statement like 2 weeks ago saying they're not doing a Super Bowl commercial. So they like, we got the biggest brand there is. We're not.
Don't get me wrong. I did enjoy the 5 seconds of Steve Carell and Cardi B for the Pepsi commercial where Steve Carell tried to say "occur." That was pretty funny, but I don't get why Little John was there. Again, I guess because it's ATL, but even he hasn't been an important figure in ATL in forever. So,
listen, I think the best one I saw was the NFL 100 commercial that had like all the players.
Yes, that one I love.
With Marshawn Lynch trying to get some cake, and then the ball fell, and John Singletary yelled out, fumble, and then everybody just went crazy. That was probably cool just to see all of the old NFL players and stuff.
Now, it happened fast, but I'm not mistaken because I was laughing. It looked like, because I was turning around for a second, and it looked like Barry Sanders like cut up real quick, and then Emmitt Smith said something about who got more yards or something like that. I was like, yes.
So yeah, Barry did like a juke move, then he did a spin move, then he ran off, and Emmitt saw it, and Emmitt was like, I got more yards than him, right?
Yes. That shit had me dying.
As a Cowboy fan, you would enjoy that.
No. That's not the only reason why. I don't want to get into the Emmett Barry Sanders argument. All right, but
we all know.
don't
we
do
all
it.
know.
Don't do it.
You
We don't know that.
We all know if Barry had the line that Emmett had,
Nope.
he wouldn't have had to run so much.
Disagree. Again, being someone I can't compare it to the NFL. Being someone who played running back, being a fucking power running back like Emmitt Smith, you need a line. Being a fucking charismatic fucking highlight reel like Barry Sanders, the line wouldn't matter because he's not gonna follow the line. He's gonna go his own way anyway.
You don't know
He's
that.
a fucking showboat.
You don't know that.
He's
now
a
you
fucking
call
showboat.
Barry a showboat?
He does. Listen, he does have a record. It's the most negative yardage from a receiver, from a running back. He has a record. All right, he got a record already. Most negative yardage.
The views and opinions of this Cowboy fan.
It has nothing to do with the Cowboys. Barry Sanders, in general, there's tons of running backs I would pick before Barry Sanders. Because Barry Sanders is not a line. He's going to do it.
We're talking about Barry and Emmett.
Yeah, I would take Emmett. In a real team, I would take Emmett over Barry. Because at least I know what I get out of him. Barry, I'm like, he's going to do whatever he wants to do. That's what I'll do. With Barry, I'm like, he's going to do whatever he wants to do. With Emmett, at least I know what I'm going to get. He's going to fucking get me. He's guaranteed to get me 5 to 6 yards, maybe even a first down. Barry's going to get me 5 yards. The next run, he'll get me -10. Then he'll get another 5. And shit, I'm back at the same place.
If he had that offensive line, he would get you more.
No, he wouldn't because he doesn't know how to run straight. He has no clue what straight
He knows
means.
how to run straight.
No, he doesn't.
Know how to run straight.
The minute he gets the ball, he jukes.
If there's no hole, he can't go straight.
No, his mom said that he didn't even start crawling. He just automatically juked. That's what he did.
Not his mom.
He was born.
Listen, we can go on and on and on about that, but we're not. So overall, what were your thoughts on Super Bowl 53?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Nothing special. The only thing that I like is that you get to watch, Brady get another ring. So I personally am, I'm not a Patriots fan by any means. But I feel like the argument, there's no more argument. You could get mad as you want. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. Not only because he has all these Super Bowl rings, but also his statistics, his skill level, doing with different teams. It's not he had the same team. For instance, the back-to-back Cowboy wins, we had the same team with the same fucking ridiculous lineup. We've never been there, and we'll never be there again, probably. Patriots done it with multiple different teams. Don't shake your head. It's been since 1990 for you, right? For San Francisco.
I was agreeing with you. I was just agreeing with you.
But Brady's done it with multiple teams. He's done it with top players, and he did it with mediocre players. So, I think he's amazing. Obviously, I think part of it has to do with Bill Belichick, of course. But
I think Belichick is a big part of it.
But he's definitely the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Not even. I feel like, to me, it's like the Jay-Z thing. He might not be my favorite of all time, but he is the greatest of all time. Overall, when you talk about, when you add everything else to stuff, to me, it's like the Jay-Z argument. You can have all the argument. It's like the Jordan argument. You go, same thing. My favorite is AI, but Jordan's the greatest of all time. Tom Brady, my favorite is Brett Favre, but Tom Brady's definitely that guy. He's the GOAT. To watch that, and then so we got to watch. We actually got to watch it. Me and you, because of our age, not too old, but because of our age, we get to watch one man get all these rings. I don't think we'll ever see that again in football. Basketball is a little different, but to see it in football, I don't think we'll ever see that again.
Yeah.
One man get all these rings in that time frame.
Yeah.
That happened.
16, 17 years, 9 Super Bowls, 6 wins.
And to think, what was he? He was Drew Bledsoe's backup, right?
He was Bledsoe's backup. Bledsoe got injured, and they were like, just get this guy. Because he was 6th round pick.
Yeah, he went to the Jets, didn't he?
Numbers was terrible. He's slow.
Did he get picked up by the Jets?
Huh?
Did he get picked up by the Jets and traded on the first day or something like that?
I don't know. I think the Patriots did draft him, but I think it was just let's get that guy. It was just they just picked him, and then it was but even Belichick, Belichick was cut by the Browns. They didn't give him a chance to coach their team. Parcells kept trying to get him to take over. He took over the Giants. Parcells kept trying to get him a job. Nobody really gave him a chance because he was defensive minded, and he was unorthodox. He took risks and wanted to try some new things, and everybody's like, no, get out of here. Patriots finally gave him a chance, and all of the quirkiness that he had paid off. He got people of certain positions and switched him to play other positions. You know, he used the strengths and weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? Like when everybody called Brady slow and, you know, no arm, out of shape, he found a way to cater to what he is good at. You know, his IQ, build a pocket, you know, get big linemen to keep the pocket around him, dump it off to the running back, get Gronkowski's, get the Edelmans, and all of these players that just don't fit the mold of you know what they play, you know, positions they play and stuff, and it just like
I don't mean it to be as racist as it's gonna sound, but the Patriots, Bill Belichick and Brady, they know how to make white people look good though, because bro, Danny Whitehead, now Edelman, like bro, come on, it's the NFL, let's be real. How many white receivers are nice like that? The Patriots pick them. Every year they're like, oh, we're gonna get these guys. Yeah. And I'm not even that. They pick ones that statistically, like physically, aren't. What was Danny Whitehead? Danny Whitehead was like 5'9", 5'8". Like he shouldn't have been like
him. Hogan. Who else they had that was just like small? You know, Edelman himself. Edelman's not like a you know, big receiver.
His beard's bigger than he is.
Slow. You know, Gronk as a tight end, they use his body.
Yo, listen, that Terminator arm shit he got on is cheating, bro. If you look at the catch he made right before the touchdown line, like it looked like the cast caught the ball, not him. Like that thing, like I think there's like grip on there, like super glue, because that cast caught that ball, bro. He didn't catch that ball. He's holding it. It's like, bro.
It wouldn't be the first conspiracy that the Patriots were involved in. So, but interesting enough, during the game, that some people call boring, some people said it wasn't. News broke out that rapper 21 Savage was picked up by ICE. You know what I mean? And as soon as you hear that, you're like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, he's not originally from Atlanta. He was actually born in the UK. And you just like, huh?
Now, on this thing, I didn't do any research. I just looked at all the hilarious memes and I've been dying laughing since. However, is this one? Did you do any research? Like, is this one of those things where it's like, you know, like Pac was born in Brooklyn, but it doesn't really count because he was just born there, or like
I think
in Brooklyn, like
his birth certificate was online. I just don't know how official that is.
Well, no, what I mean, like was he in the UK, but he came over here at 8 years old? Because
yeah, I think he was just born there, and they came in when he was like a baby or something like that. Yeah.
So then he's from ATL, bro. That's not like that's big. That's what I'm saying. It's different. It's not like, you know how like
grew up there and then come here.
I'll give you for instance where I live up here, like especially when I was going to college, like so many girls would be like, oh, I'm from the Bronx. You lived in the Bronx when you were 3 years old, and you moved up here. You've been up here the rest of your life. You're from upstate.
Like Carmelo Anthony, Michael Jordan. You know, born in Brooklyn, but no memories of it. Didn't do anything.
Yeah. But it's because Brooklyn births the best people. But it's all right. We'll leave that alone.
But yeah, so to my knowledge, like I said, there was a birth certificate that came out online showing the hospital he was born in, date of birth, all that good stuff. But apparently, he was here in America on a visa. So I guess his parents never made him a citizen. I don't know what age they brought him here, but they never went through the steps to make him an American citizen or something like that. I don't know. That much I'm still waiting to find out. It's just interesting because it was just random. Like I said, I'm watching the game, and like the game was a little dull. It was like, you know, wasn't the most exciting game. So, you know, pick up the phone and you just see like a bunch of memes. At first I'm like, yeah, this gotta be jokes. Like, they joking? Like, did he make a song and say an accent or something like that? But they like, nah, he really got arrested and was, you know, being held by ICE agents. And it's like, wait, what? Like, nah, like. So, did you hear about Demi Lovato? Did you hear about that?
That she got banned off Twitter or something like that?
So Demi Lovato kind of said what you said. Well, not what you said, but she was enjoying the memes because she was like, the best part of the Super Bowl are these 21 Savage memes.
Because it's fucking hilarious.
And Wale came at her.
I seen that.
Wale was like, yo, it's not funny, you know, someone being arrested and detained and possibly deported, When you was, you know, going through situation with drugs and overdosing and stuff. We was praying for you and da da da. So don't make fun of this guy's situation right now. So, which is true.
It's semi-true. We're adults. Nothing's off the table or on the table. You could laugh at what you want to laugh at.
Sure.
As long as when you're going through your drug habit, we make fun of you, you could take it.
And that's what happened because she was getting mad because people were clapping back at her with drug jokes. And she was like, if you're going to do that, you shouldn't touch on such a subject. And they're like, but you were just talking about his situation. So when someone talk about your situation, you can't take it. So then she deleted her Twitter account.
Well, those memes were hilarious, though. Please post some during this conversation. Those shits were hilarious.
I mean, they were funny. It was just, I just was like confused. I'm like, wait, what? Where's this coming from? You know what I'm saying? So they're not funny. I'm not gonna lie.
If you here on a visa and your shit expires, you don't do your proper paperwork. Like a lot of the times, they just have you do the proper paperwork. Like unless you're, but because he's a gangster rapper,
right?
He's gonna have a harder time than most. I don't know about his background, if he had any criminal record or anything like that. If he does,
he was arrested. I think they said 2014, 2015.
For what?
Which is what I was questioning because I'm like, if he went to jail or whatever back then, his visa was already expired. They said. So that's why I'm like, that was my question when I found out that it was true. I'm like, how did they find out now? You know what I mean? Like, who told or what came up that made them go get him? Because they went and picked him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went and got him. And it was like, but I was like, yeah, I think when he was on Vlad, he did an interview on Vlad TV or whatever, and he said he got arrested like back in 2015 or something, like 2014, 2015. So then I immediately was like, so if you've been to jail, you've been processed, what paperwork did they use to arrest you? Like, did they ask for ID and you were like, oh, I got this visa, it expired a couple years ago, but you could use that. Like, how did that work? So
I blame Trump.
I mean, it's interesting. Like, that's what I'm saying, the whole situation, because it's like, cause even with this, it's like, what made ICE come get him?
Well, from what I was reading some other thing that said that something like people he were with, they had some kind of warrant with, and like, they just like, all right, we might as well take this motherfucker with us. Like, I was reading, but again, not everything's broken out yet. The only thing I found funny was not funny but weird. QC put out a quote. It was like, oh, anyone who really fucks with 21 Savage or loves 20 Savage, let's get this money up together and pay for his lawyers, whatever. Like, one, lawyers aren't that expensive. So here's my thing. Like, I honestly understand love and you got love for people, but like, if you Mr. Paul, if you having some legal issues, or you just bragged to me about your Rolex and the 3 Lamborghinis you just bought, you don't really need my help, bro.
Right.
So I don't know what 21 Savage's legal situation looks like.
Right.
He can't afford the lawyers that they ask for lawyers. He probably shouldn't have bought that watch that he was bragging about the other day. He probably should have bought those 3 Lamborghinis. Like, if you knew better, you do better.
Yeah.
And is he on QC though? Or is QC just looking out for him?
I
don't think he's on QC.
No, I think he's probably just looking out for him because I don't think he really. He never shouted them out or really done much with them, so I don't think he's on QC.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we don't know what 21 Savage's money look like, but he brags a lot about spending money on dumb shit. So like,
which is what everybody does.
A lawyer to help you with this ICE case is gonna be the same as that $50K you just threw at some stripper in the club. So priorities, my brother, priorities.
Yeah. So again, with that, more on that as it develops. I just think, definitely, Demi was in the right to joke about it. She could enjoy the memes. But you gotta be aware when you comment, you putting yourself out there because you got some. You was OD'd and you've been through some things too. So you gotta just be aware. Like, just laugh. Laugh with your friends about them. Don't tweet, I'm enjoying these jokes about this guy getting deported. Like,
no, the way it works is because you know me, I have a crazy dark sense of humor. Like, it's terrible. But I could take a joke as well because like you have to be in both positions. You can't be in both. I remember I used to say all the time back when Big John was Big John. I like sometimes people make a comment, but like, you can make a joke, like whatever. Just be prepared to be punched in the face. Like, if you're willing to get punched, And you willing to like if you think you're cool like that, you willing to think same thing. Though. If you willing to say something, as long as you take a joke back. Like if I'm a crackhead and you're a prostitute, if I make a prostitute joke, you make a crack joke, I got to be willing to take it. I mean, I can't be like, oh well, don't talk about crackheads. I had a bad life.
And that's what she tried to do. She tried to play the victim. But it's like, yeah, the internet's all about jokes.
I love the internet.
Step in that arena, like we forgot about you. You was chilling. You should have stayed quiet. Like, but as soon as you step back in, and then you everybody was like, "Put on touch it." Did it? Let's roast her.
As you put it all the time, and it's 100% true. The internet has no soul. The internet is undefeated.
Yes.
Yo, it's the best.
And we all know that. I post stuff. I'll joke on myself. You know what I'm saying? My bulls do something. We having fun here.
When the Derrick Rose things came out,
huh?
When the Derrick Rose injury memes came out, oh, what a time.
That's the thing. I rarely joke about injuries. I don't mess around with injuries. Now we could talk about, I posted a meme when D-Wade exchanged jerseys with Benny the Bull, the mascot. I posted that. It's hilarious. It's my team, but that was we have no players for him to exchange a jersey with for it to matter. He probably don't even know none of the players.
So, I don't think someone being injured in a moment is hilarious. I'm talking about. You remember when he first he was coming back? His first he's coming back thing. All the memes came out like, Derrick Rose already injured before first game because he tripped on it. Like,
but it was still mental. He was mentally messed up.
But he's Mr. Glass.
That's why now he's finally balling again. Because mentally, he was like, "Yo, I may never play again." He was thinking about retirement. He's like, I don't want to mess my leg up to the point where I can't even run around. He just had a son. He think about, you know what I'm saying? So mentally, he was going through some things. So that's why I still was like, I didn't stop nobody from making the jokes, but me, myself, I'm like, I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't partake in that. I let everybody else rock. I'm not going to stop. You're fun, go ahead. But
it's all funny.
He was mentally messed up. Like, that's why he cried. He cried the game this season that he dropped like 30 or something like that. And people he cried. Like, he was mentally jacked up. So it's a big deal. That's why when it comes to injuries,
if I slip on ice tomorrow and break my leg and Derrick Rose makes fun of me, I'm cool with it. Like it's give and take, bro.
I highly doubt that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Well, cause I don't slip now. I mean, I got it.
But yeah, Demi. Sometimes you just gotta. You gotta think. You gotta be like, okay, look.
Well, yeah, you can't throw crack rocks when you live in a glass house. That's a rule. It's a rule.
just like you said, the internet wasn't thinking about her. She was, you know what I'm saying? People were sending her best wishes. I didn't really see a lot of Demi jokes.
You know what I do? It's not about Demi, but it's like it's on the same situation with 21 Savage. I do for once. I read a tweet from Nicki Minaj that I actually don't think she's hating, and I'm like, oh shit, she's actually now if she's being genuine, I don't know. Right. But her going Tommy Loran or whatever.
Tommy.
Okay, Nikki, like, all right, use your platform for the proper things. Good job.
Yeah.
If she's being genuine.
Tommy's another one. It's like she just does stuff just for.
Well, to me,
she wants people to respond. She wants people
to me, Tommy Loran is like to me, she's like the white journalist, Charlamagne the God. Like that's what she like. She needs that. She needs people to. Yeah. Without that, it doesn't work. Like she needs people to respond and get them mad. And don't get wrong. I mean, there are times where the topic she's bringing up. Her side is not justified, but she has a point to her side. Obviously, everyone feels they're right in their argument. That's why they're arguing. But there's times where she's just flat out. You can tell she's like, oh, she's reaching, but she's gonna get someone's attention to make him talk. Like this, she was singing a 21 Savage song.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account.
So you posted that with the intent of I'm gonna poke some bears.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm gonna get some because I think Nicki responded, Cardi responded, a bunch of people just went in, you know what I'm saying? And she blocked me. Tommy Lauren blocked me on Instagram.
Are you still blocked?
I probably haven't checked, but she blocked me.
Bro, that's great.
She blocked. I posted there was a meme of her and it was a meme of her and another female, and it was like baked macaroni and cheese and like Kraft macaroni and cheese or something like that. and it was like her and the other girl, and I posted it and tagged her, and she blocked me. So, you know what I mean? I'm out here.
Yo, bro, you need to put public figure in your bio. So, like, yes, it's cool. Like, I had that all in my bio. Like, yeah, I'm blocked.
I'm blocked by Tommy. But it was, you know, so she's another one. Can dish it, but can't take it. You know what I mean? So, we can wrap this one up. You know, John, get your social medias again.
Yeah. _King _Triton _0915. Boy, big bro.
Yeah, and I am _1080p_ on Instagram, and this is a 2021 vision across all social medias. Y'all know the rules. Classes in session, so comment below. Give us your opinion on everything. Like it if you enjoyed the video. Share it with somebody else who you think might enjoy it as well. Share it again. Make sure that the world knows, what's going on, what we're talking about. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to, the iTunes, the SoundCloud. If you listen to the audio while you're driving or however you do it. 2021 Vision. Search for that across all the platforms and everything. And Swerve Music Dance. We'll see you again next week.
Peace.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. Share it. Tell your friends about it. Let them know what's going on. Also, hit subscribe and the bell to be notified when new content is loaded, because there's much, much more to come.